Tell us who you are and what you were doing before, starting YouTube and stuff like that.
All right, so my name is Zaigham. I'm based from Pakistan. Before starting YouTube, I was working in a 9 to 5 job at a call center, and I started working on YouTube in like January 2025. And I found out about your mentorship in like May 2025. And at first, I started working on it on my own without any direction. And I used to work like 9 hour shifts, and then I would come home and work for 5 hours on YouTube every day, and I barely slept for like 3 to 4 hours every day.
Damn. And now transition to a year later, or how long has it been? It's been 6 months
Uh,
or
no, it's been like 13 to 14 months.
13 months. So a
Yeah,
year later, now
yeah,
you've been doing what, 5K a month, 5 to 10K a month consistently? How much
yeah.
is it?
No, it's like 1 month is 5K, another is 8K, then 9K, 5K, 6K, like $5 to $10,000.
That's amazing. $5 to $10,000 completely from scratch. And that's insane. So before you hopped onto the mentorship, where do you think you were stuck during your journey, or what specifically wasn't working for you?
All right, so as I said that I found out about your mentorship in May 2025. So before that, for 5 straight months, I was trying to figure out YouTube on my own. I started watching videos on YouTube, and I started 2 to 3 channels in the commentary niche because everyone was like get in the commentary niche. So I started those channels. I was posting consistently for like 4 to 5 months. I worked on quality, I worked on everything, but uh, I had zero viral videos in that time. I didn't know what was wrong because I was doing good quality, I was doing consistency. Uh, then I got to know about your course, and when I joined, I got to know that it was mostly about the right niche.
Awesome. And so you mentioned you were basically working a job before this.
Yeah.
So how did that week look like for you? You mentioned you did a 9 to 5 first, you went to your job first, and then what did you do during your your free hours? What could you explain what happened, what your day looked like?
All right. So as I said, I was working a 9 to 5 job. It was also like it was a night shift at a call center.
Mm-hmm.
So I was working at a call center from like 4 p.m. to 4 p.m. like 9 hours from that,
Mm-hmm.
and I would come home in the morning, and I would start researching on YouTube and starting my channels and editing and stuff, and then I would sleep for like 3 to 4 hours a day. Uh, the job wasn't working for me, and YouTube wasn't working for me at that time, so it was pretty demotivating. Yeah,
Yeah,
and I
but you
also
just kept your
also
head down. You kept your head
yeah,
down and you grinded, and
yeah.
now the fruits of your labor have finally came to fruition. That's
Yeah.
amazing. When you first came across my content, what was about the content that made you actually, apply to the coaching, and
All right.
what basically gave you that nudge to reach out and apply?
All right. So I was following some people on YouTube, on X. They were basically YouTube gurus. They used to give advice and sauce on X. So out of them, I came across you and saw your account, saw your videos and some posts. The thing that caught my eye was that you had proof of views, proof of revenue. That's what really caught my eye. And apart from that, I saw some of your students' testimonials since I'm in your Discord community too. Uh,
Mm.
those also made me believe that like you were doing something. So that's what motivated me to apply.
That's good stuff, bro. It's very motivating. So walk us through what you actually did. Which niche did you start with, and why?
All right. So at the beginning, before joining your mentorship, I started working on those commentary niches. I at first I didn't know how to do niche research, right? So I would just go on YouTube, watch someone's video, and they would suggest some niches, and I would start in that, and I would stay consistent. I would maintain quality, but none of that worked for me. So after joining your mentorship, when I tried to choose the niches you suggested me, one of one of the niches of those which I'm not going to reveal. Basically, I think it was the third week of starting that channel,
Yeah,
and like 12th or 13th video, it went viral, and that was my first viral video ever, which was like the biggest turning point for me.
that's insane. So pretty much your life completely flipped.
But yeah,
Yeah. In,
so
in
all it takes is like one video to change your life on YouTube.
yeah, pretty much if you're obviously consistent, putting in the work, so it's only going to take one or two videos for you to
Yeah.
have that breaking point. But what do you think was the hardest part of actually getting started with this, and how did you work your way through it?
All right. So the hardest part about starting YouTube is like staying consistent when you're not getting results, because it's really hard to stay consistent when it's not working for you, and you have to stay consistent for a long time. Like I had to stay consistent for 6 months before anything started working for me. So yeah, that's the hardest part, I think, staying consistent. But
Yeah, that's
once
true.
you're consistent,
So what do you mean by
yeah,
consistent? Consistent, you mean by, uploading every single day, not missing a single day, always improving on your content and,
yeah,
reiterating your content on wherever
yeah,
you see, whatever, you see there's a retention drop and stuff like that.
yeah.
That's great, man. That's great. What do the numbers look now? What are the views and what's the revenue looking like now? How many views
All
did you
right,
get?
so all right, so on one of my channels, which I started in like December 2025,
Mm-hmm.
it has like I think 300 million views, and I've made around $25,000 off of it, and it takes me like 20 minutes to make one video. So I upload like 3 videos a day, and yeah, it's made me around $25,000
So you're
and
practically
300
working.
million views in 300 million views.
So you're practically working what, an hour every single day,
Yeah,
and
like
you're making
20 minutes. 20 minutes I
20.
start when I was posting one video a day. Now it takes me like 1 to 1.5 hours max.
So you're working 2 hours a day, and you're getting paid what?
Like
Like 10x to
$5,000
your
a month.
$5,000 a month, and compared to your previous 9 to 5 job, which I believe,
Yeah,
so you're
that was
talking
making me like $250 a month.
$250. So you're
Working
working
like
on
9 to 10
legit
hours.
10x multiple here. That is
Yeah.
absolutely insane. So what does a day or week look like for you now? I mean, I practically assume you have the location, time, and money freedom now. But tell me, what does
Uh,
a day or week look like as right now as compared to before?
All right. So as I mentioned before that I was working a 9 to 5 before. So a day in my life would be like I would work 9 hour shifts, and then I would come home and I would work on YouTube for 4 to 5 hours, and then I would sleep like 3 to 4 hours. So that was basically my life for like 5 to 6 months since I found out about YouTube. And before that, I was like just doing that $250 a month job. Like I didn't know about YouTube. Compared to that, right now, I 3 months ago I just moved to my own apartment. I rented an apartment and moved out from my parents' house. And right now I have a team of editors working for me, and I have multiple channels working for me. I can work on my own terms, and I can go out whenever I want to. I can work when I want to. I can not work when I want to.
That's insane.
Still making
That,
way better than the 9 to 5,
obviously, it's a 10x
obviously.
multiple. That's absolutely crazy. What do you think was the one thing that, I helped you in the coaching that made a huge difference, in terms of your channel or your revenue growth? before you were before you joined the mentorship? What was that one thing that really get you those huge milestones?
All right. So the most important thing that I learned from you was it was the right niche, right? The getting into the right niche. Before that, I was like, as I said, I was working on for straight 5 months straight. I did the quality, I did the consistency, but none of them were working. The most important thing I realized in your mentorship was that no matter how hard or how good you're working, it's not going to work out as long as you're not in the right niche. And that's what I see most people struggle on YouTube with even today. That they work on the wrong niches and they stay consistent, they do everything, but like none of their videos go viral. So yeah,
Yeah,
that's the
niche
most important.
selection is, yeah, definitely niche selection is absolutely crucial. Doesn't matter if you can have the best videos or the most highly edited videos in shorts, but if you're not in the right niche, if you're not in a good market, that doesn't have a high TAM or total addressable market, your videos are gonna flop, and you're not gonna be able to hit those high view numbers. 100 million
Yeah.
views, 200 million views, 500 million views. So definitely, if you think you'd kept going without the mentorship, where do you think you'd be right now?
All right. So I still think that I would have made it, but joining your mentorship definitely made it way quicker for me. Like without it, maybe I could have made it in like 2 years, 2.5 years. But as soon as I joined your mentorship, my first video went viral like 3 weeks after that. So it was a huge upgrade for me.
So what would you say to someone who's watching this and on the fence, and they like what they see, but they're not sure if it's for them?
So I would say just go for it, bro. Because like it might sound scary, it might sound like you're not gonna make it, might sound scary, but at the end of the day, if you are working, if you are putting in the work, it's gonna work out. It's definitely gonna work out.
100%, man. Like, at the end of the day, no matter, even from on my end, no matter how much I'm able to coach my students, or like even give them the blueprint, to have them go viral, but at the end of the day, 80% 70% of the results matter on you. So you need to show up every day, obviously, and
Yeah.
work consistently. And even that means even sometimes not seeing results for months and months on end. So where do you think you're gonna go from here? What are you building towards? Are you gonna build multiple YouTube channels, or what's it gonna be? What's your next step?
All right. So as I mentioned earlier, that I have a team of editors,
Yeah,
and so basically the biggest goal now is to scale aggressively, right? Make the most
yeah.
amount of money, keep scaling, keep starting new channels, keep growing the team. That's the main goal right now.
Hmm. That's awesome, bro. It's awesome. So you're gonna basically scale onto multiple channels and multiple editors, and open up a empire of YouTube short channels. That's insane. So completely from making $250 a month, stuck in a 9 to 5, now you've literally 10x that, and now you have the location, time, and money freedom that you want, and you can basically do whatever the fuck you want. You're not constrained by anyone. That's
Yeah.
actually inspirational, bro. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it. I'm gonna be actually showing the screen recording of the results on anywhere on the screen for you guys, since we can't share our screen right now live. But thank you guys so much for watching, and see you guys in the next one.